Project L. So we got more. Project L made sure, like, look, the Game Awards finna come up, so we finna go ahead and release this real quick, like 2 days before y'all forget about it. But so Project L is out. They gave us more. Not out. I didn't say that. I ain't spoiled nothing. The game not out. I didn't say that. They really they released more. They released more info of the game. And we got to see more of the mechanics of the game. You know, the developers of it gave us more information. And from the information we got, I can still sit here and be like, all right, cool. I don't expect to get it till 2025, but cool. So, but yeah, they basically showed a lot more of the team mechanics. Man, they got like this game is very, very well in depth. I mean, they got the different ways you can tag and stuff like that. So I mean, it's looking beautiful. So we'll start with Mr. Game a little before I just give away all the info before they even get to talk. Starting with you, Mr. Game a little. What do you think about the game? What did you think about what you saw? And does it have you just ready to spend your money like the fry meme?
Yes, it looks great. If it wasn't free to play, I'd definitely pull out my wallet. But I'm sure they're gonna make you buy skins and stuff, and maybe characters or whatever.
Oh, ain't nothing free.
Yeah. But yeah, the Project L is shaping up to be quite the fighting game from what we've seen so far. They showed off an extra character. I think her name was Alawi, I think, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah, it's Alawi. Mm-hmm.
Alawi. She kind of I'm not gonna say a brute character because she has like some interesting mechanics. She got like tentacles. I have a friend that played Ruin King, and her playstyle in an RPG is kind of like they're translating that over into the fighting game where like she summons these like tentacles and they can like pressure you and stuff. But overall, the game looks dope. The visuals, the game looks very beautiful. The characters look cool. The game looks like it runs really well. It looks fluid. It doesn't look janky. It looks like it has all the makings of a really good fighting game right now. They showed the mechanics, the movement. I mean, you got stuff like air dashing, you got running, dashing, I think short hops, high jumps. And of course, I think most characters are going to have some type of unique character movement, like Echo. Echo is a character right now that I'm looking at and I'm saying, like, man, this character is going to be kind of wild. Like, just looking for what he can do. He can like roll and like set out a after image, and then he can like roll back to where he was and do all these mix ups. And that character is looking insane. Like, I think out of all the characters so far, he looks the most possibly to be broken or really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the visuals look great. The tag mechanics look like they're seamless. They have this like you can tell like there's this green spark indicator that when they do a tag mechanic, so they show like I think it's called what did he call it? Handshake tag or something like that. There's like I forgot what it was, where you like save a person. It's like a burst where a person getting attacked and you bring them in with your partner, you tag out, burst them out, but it can also be baited. They showed the tag launcher, which is very similar to Cross Tekken's launcher, where you can launch them and then tag into the partner. So they're taking they got wave dash and they're taking a lot of things from a lot of different fighting games. Like it really looks the most similar right now, I would have to say, to Battle for the Grid. Like Battle for the Grid and MVCI is like what this game looks most similar to. So if it's like you're thinking about a game to play to get ready for it, I would say those two games would probably be a good two bases to start at. I saw Sonic Fox made a tweet that he said that he thinks that I think Skullgirls was a good game, and I can see that. I can see Skullgirls being a very solid game to play to get just like kind of familiar with this type of feel and speed of a game, like a tag game like this. Because it does look pretty fast. It's not like insanely fast. Like I don't think it quite looks as fast as something like Marvel 3.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fast. Even Battle for the Grid was pretty. That game was pretty fast. A lot of stuff happening. They have the active tag switch with the assist, which is basically straight from Battle for the Grid, and it makes sense because some of the people working on this game actually worked on Battle for the Grid, like Clockwork. He's working on this game. He helped work on Battle for the Grid, so it makes sense. And the active switch is just basically you call an assist, but they stay out there for like a long time, but you can choose to call them out and switch at any moment. So that makes like even in Battle for the Grid, like mix-ups was so deadly because you could just do stuff and just like switch your timing up like almost every time. And they'd be like, okay, when is he gonna tag out? So the game is shaping up to be something that I'm very hyped to play. I'm very excited for this game. I hope that it come. I hope we get a beta or something soon. I don't know. They said it's like 30% done with the game. But yeah, it's looking amazing. And this game has a potential to be something really special in the fighting game community for the competitive scene because it has the potential to bring a lot of people from the League of Legends audience, which a lot of them probably don't even play fighting games at all. But I mean, if they like this universe and characters enough, they might just be like, "Hey, I want to try this game to see how it plays," and you just might have a game that could be revolutionary. That's still up for debate. It's still up for in the air. We don't know just yet, but I'm definitely ready to see this game be played. Project L looks amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole different thing if you see like Pokimane or SQC playing it.
The thing about like Project L is that um when they first announced that they were going to be making that game, I was like, wow, like really? Like, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because I mean, like Riot, they already had League of Legends. They have the MOBA. They already have Legends of Runeterra, which is a card battle game. They have Valorant, which is a first person like squad based shooter, tactical squad based shooter. So what I mean, I feel like this is kind of like Project L was kind of like the next logical step, I guess, and them kind of covering all of their bases. And I mean, yeah, I like on Mr. Gaming List said it does look like a pretty cool game. I like the animation, like the way they animated the characters and stuff. I think that's the way they did the animation on the characters looks really cool. Going back to what it is about Alawi, yeah, the whole pressure with like the tentacles and stuff. I mean, that's how she works in the actual game. So it's kind of like wow, like they actually ported that over, which is really cool. I didn't when I think of characters that I would have brought from League of Legends to Project L, Ilawi is not one of them. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, how would they do that? And then they're like, yeah, this is how we do it. I'm like, okay, cool. So that puts brings to question what other characters are they thinking about bringing in the future, right? Because the Echo, like,
Just thinking about that.
Echo does look like a really like he looks problematic, like with like all the like he's pretty good in like the actual game, but in this game he looks to be a problem. I think he might like. I agree, with Mr. Gameless. I think he might be an issue going forward for a lot of people. Um, Characters that I would like to see show up from League of Legends from the game. Mordekaiser. I think Mordekaiser would be a really cool character to show up. Teemo. I would like to see Teemo. Ziggs. These are all characters that I really like from League of Legends. Yeah, like I think those are the characters immediately that I think of that I would like to see in the game. Mordekaiser, Teemo, Ziggs. Ziggs just throwing bombs everywhere. Like that's pretty much what he does. He just makes bombs and throws them at people. Like what more do you need? Teemo, he's like this little furry dude who like shoots people like poison darts. So they could have like him kind of be like if I were to make a character like that in the Project L, I would be like, okay, we're gonna have him we're gonna have him shoot people with a poison dart, and it does like a small amount of damage, but then like until you hit him, the poison does damage over time, or maybe it has a timer, whichever happens first, right? The timer runs out, or you hit him and you're you lose your poison or something like that. Mordekaiser, I mean, you can go any which way with that guy because he has like the move that he like brings up the hand and it pulls you towards him. He's got his big ultimate move where he pulls you into like another realm where he's like super powerful and you're just like normal powered. Like, yeah, man, like there's so many things. Like they have like so many characters, and it's going to be really cool to see which ones they pick and choose to add to the game. Now that's assuming they don't bring over everybody, which I don't think would be practical, but it would be interesting, but I don't think it would be practical. One thing that I saw on Twitter is Perfect Legend was saying how he wasn't really kind of a fan of like he wanted it to kind of be a one-on-one game as opposed to it being like a 2v2. And I mean, if like everybody has their preferences, but personally, I like the idea of it being a 2v2 because it leaves the door open for stuff like in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, where you have like team tournaments where you can play on 2v2s, with your friends and stuff like that. And I mean, because like I was saying, like I kind of missed out on that. Like I didn't get to play Street Fighter Cross Tekken at all during the time when it was like out and popular, arguably popular. And I would like to get a chance to do something like that, you know, to go to a team up with a friend, you know, and do like tag moves and stuff, and you know, really share the experience with somebody, you know, as in the team aspect, whether it's in a tournament or online, what have you. I think that, in my opinion, is just more fun. So that's something I would really love to see in coming up in like Project L. Just generally speaking, it looks like it's shaping up to be a pretty well developed game. Riot, I think, is putting the kind of, I think they really want to make a splash in the FGC. So as a result, they've kind of been taking their time. They're not the kind of, they were up till now, they were playing their cards kind of close to the chest, unless you were like somebody who actually got their hands on the game a while back. But like for the most part, they haven't really released a whole lot of information. So it was kind of nice to get like this little information dump about how the game has progressed up to this point. Now, I mean, here's hoping it doesn't come out like it comes out and it's like not complete hot garbage. You know what I mean? Because like that would be very, 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 very depressing. Like to have like, you know, this game come out and you're like, it's gonna have this, it's gonna have this, it's gonna have this, and then like it comes out and it's garbage. I don't think it's gonna happen, but there's always that remote possibility that it comes out. And like, I mean, make sure the net code is all right, man. Like when you like, don't forget, do not neglect your net code, please. Like you make it look as good as you need to. Put the good characters in. Make sure your mechanics are on point. But for the love of God, do not forget to straighten out your net code before you put it out there. The last thing you need is to have a game that is polished and pristine, and to have it not play right on the internet, to have it not play right on like people who are like 2 or 3 states away. That would be, I mean, look at Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I mean, that was a game that had all the hype coming out, and it was good. It was fun to play. The problem is that their netcode wasn't really like set up to like, you know, set up to support people playing online all the time like that. You know what I mean? Like it came out and then it kind of, especially like in the online sectors, it wasn't really getting that kind of attention anymore. Don't let that happen to you, Riot. Just like make sure your netcode is on point for that. With that, I mean, that's pretty much it for me, man. Like, bring in new characters. Please make it a 2v2, like 2 players versus 2 players, like tag thing, and focus on your netcode. Those are the main bullet points of my presentation here. Thank you very much.
I know it's been years since they announced they was working on Project L, but I think already they confirmed that their internet is going to be the bee's knees. Because I know the cannons and stuff they was working on GGPO, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's already kind of set in stone. I don't remember if it was an announcement, but I think it's known that their netcode is going to be Chef's Kiss. And Grand Blue, I mean, you know, it's unfortunate. I mean, everybody was releasing games with bad netcode, really, and you know, Grand Blue just so happened to release at a time where, like, right afterwards, it was just like, you know, hey, we in a pandemic. Everybody stop showing up. So it was kind of like, you know, you going to the gym, you getting all flex and stuff like that, and you like, yeah, I'm in shape, I'm the man. Then you turn around and you know, Michael Clark Duncan behind you, like, say what? Like, all right, my career over with. You know, I mean, what am I supposed to do? You know, but I mean, these gentlemen here have already, you know, said, I mean, basically everything that can be said about Project L. I will say the one thing that, you know, the few things that I love. One, I mean, it does look beautiful. I'm sorry, I am one of those people that'll get into a game just because I walked by and I was like, ooh, pretty colors. You know, I'm sorry, that's just me. You know, like I'm off to a flame. I mean, I can remember people playing more UMVC 3 back in the day, or playing KOF 13, and you saw those games and you'd be walking by and you hit the, like, what's that? What was the child playing? So, you know, I'm sorry. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I care about what it looked like. I'm sorry. I'm vain. But what else? Man, I love that. What they put into the game, where I forgot what it's called, where you could call in your assist And I think you can delay the assist, and then while the assist is still out, you can switch characters with the assist while he's still right there. You know, so I thought that was amazing. I was like, I don't know if this has ever been done in a fighting game before. I mean,
Blaze Blue Cross tag.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's that mechanic. That's what Power Rangers had started there, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just like asking to get happy birthday if you go if something goes wrong. But I mean, it's still pretty cool. So hopefully nobody gets happy birthday too much.
No,
Um,
hopefully they do.
well, yeah, I mean, it'll be good for us people watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what else? Yeah, I mean, you could tell they're putting a lot of love and care in this game. I mean, they taking their sweet time, man. You know, and I mean, you could tell they really care because they announced that the game was going to be one way, and then next thing you know, they came back was like, we kind of changed our mind. We think it'd be better if we did this. You know, some people probably feel pressure to just keep going. People say, hey, they like this. Why change it? But yeah, I mean the movement is smooth. I mean, I hate to sound like the old man yelling at the clouds. I mean, when I first looked at it with Devin, I was kind of like, man, like it looks kind of stiff. But I was comparing it to UMVC, to be honest. I was comparing it to Marvel versus Capcom, and I mean, I don't know a game that's as fluid as that. That's as loose as that, as Maximilian would say. But yeah, so I mean, promising. The games look fantastic. Shout out to the Cannon brothers. Shout out to Riot. Shout out to everybody that's working on the game. And yeah, I mean that's all I got to say. Hopefully, you know, like Evan said, it don't come out to be trash, and Project L will have a whole different meaning then. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would definitely change the narrative.
Oh God. Like when Mighty Number 9 came out. Ugh.